Okay, so this episode is going to be an important forensic science analysis episode of the Pinhole Holy Grail Wall of Fame display. We're filling up fast. We got a bunch more. I think we may be able to fill up the entire corkboard tonight, so we'll have to see if we get there. But I want to talk about the different kinds of holes we're seeing in these different cards. And this one you can see right over Harmon Killebrew's head there, this 1968 Topps Harmon Killebrew. There is a hole there, and that hole is caused by a thumbtack. You can see the circumference of a circle, the diameter around flat-headed white, probably maybe silver thumbtack went through there, and somebody pushed it in hard and left a deeper impression around the hole there, a wide thumbtack hole. I don't have any thumbtacks on me. I do have the, it's the forebearer to what is, now the push pin, which has been evolved into this looking thing. And then you have this Brooks Robinson 1962 Topps All-Star card. And if we look here, can you see the holes up there? They're a little bit smaller. You can't see daylight even through them. They look like they've almost closed back up, like they've healed or something. And you can see the bumps there in the back where the pin originally went through. But there is no circular corona a la the Killebrew card. And the reason I think that is because it was not caused by a thumbtack or a push pin. It was probably caused by something called a map tack. And this is a map tack. This is the Graphco brand map tacks out of Cambridge, Mass. The George B. Graph Company, maker of fine map tacks for old-timey things. And these are the kind of things, map tacks, that you saw multi-purpose. You could plot out the course of your cross-country vacation, take your kicks on Route 66 and use map tacks to plot the map course. Or I feel like these are what police would use to loop string around in their evidence room when they're trying to find like the Zodiac killer or something. So map tacks are not unfamiliar to most. Look at the camera rack focus. There, that's better. So there we have it. Those are map tacks, and those are definitely much smaller and leave a smaller hole than the thumbtack or the push pin right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some of these back up on the wall with so there's our map tack going through Killebrew. And I will put this, I'm going to put Harmon up next to Mini Minoso. There he is. And actually, Brooks Robinson I'm going to put into a little baggie because I don't want to recreate a hole that's closed up. So I'll put him there. And let's see if I can put old Brooksy next to the Caped Crusader. So there's Brooksy. Now these next two cards I want to show you are pretty cool. These are your 1969 Decal Edge insert set that came with the 1969 Topps cards. That is Pete Rose on the left and Juan Marichal on the right. Juan is in the Hall of Fame. Pete is not, for doing some dirty, sinful business. But they're both going to get the Graphco map tack treatment because they have, smaller holes than would accept a modern day push pin. So I'm going to let's put Pete here. There we have it. Graphco, you've done it again. And we'll put Juan Marichal Marshall up here. There's Juan next to Larry Doby. What's interesting is there's Juan on the 1966 pitching leaders, 1967 tops. That is the same exact image on the Decal Edge card that they used for the 1967 tops card. So tops is reducing, reusing, recycling. One of the questions that I have had in my journey of collecting Pinhole cards is, what is the last year that kids used Pinhole cards? When was the Pinhole? When did the Pinhole stop? And so one way to figure that out, the answer to that question is look for the latest card you can find that has a pinhole in it. And so I started looking at later cards, and so there's a Dave Winfield 1978 tops, and the question on this card is, you can see a big pinhole at the top of that one. So Dave was big. What is sharper, Dave's lamb chop or the Graphco map tack? Look at that synergy. So we'll put Dave up here. There's Dave. And we'll put Alan Trammell. This is a 1980 tops. I may have gone out of order here. There's 80. There's a bunch of tacks right there. We'll put him next to Dave. These are, I went out of order. I should have shown Alan first, or these two first before Alan, but these are 1979 tops. There's a Reggie Jackson All-Star card and Thurman Munson. Thurman is, of course, not in the Hall of Fame, but he's still super cool and gets to go up on my board because I like Thurman. And so we'll put a Graphco through Reggie's top. And we'll put Reggie right next to, Harmon. And Thurman can go right next to Roberto Clemente. And then the answer to my question of what is the latest, most recent card that I could find that has pinholes in it is the answer to that question for me, at least, and this is not a completely 100% definitive answer, is this 1982 Topps Michael Jack Schmidt Philadelphia Phillies card. Mike Schmidt, of course, one of the great third basemen of all time, and a 500 home run hitter, club guy. He played for several years after this, but at this point in 1982, he was already a legend, already deserving of the Graphco map tack treatment, and he's going to get it here. So if you have seen pinholes in more recent cards, let me know. But as of now, my forensic analysis tells me that the hobby changed, at least in 1982. There's Thurman, Reggie, Brooksy's down there next to Batman. And let's widen out and see the board. We got some daylight down at the bottom. We got some daylight around Juan Marshall. I could probably prune the garden a little bit here and do a little bit better to get this thing tighter, but as of now, that's where we're going to leave it. I would like to thank Graphco for sponsoring this week's episode, and I will get some more, and we'll rearrange and keep talking about this stuff and keep going. Thank you.